Hey, this is Sonakshi and welcome back to Her Own Rule Book, where we break down health into simple and real steps. Today we are going to talk about inflammation. What is inflammation? How it affects your health and how can you bring down your inflammation? And don't worry, I'll make it very simple. I'm going to tell you what really is inflammation, how can you bring down your inflammation, how it affects your gut, how it affects your overall health as your functional nutritionist and health coach. Every second person is talking about inflammation. What actually is inflammation is a major question, right? If you think inflammation is bad, then you are watching the wrong type of content or people are misleading you. If you think inflammation is your body's defense mechanism, okay, in simple language, it's your body's defense mechanism. Inflammation is not bad. Inflammation is actually good. For those who think that inflammation is bad, let me tell you what actually inflammation is. So let's say you got a cut on your body, you fell somewhere and now you have a bruise, right? Or let's say you got a toe infection and now it's red and inflamed. Okay, it's now red and it's now increasing in size, it's swelling, right? It looks like pus is going to come out of it, right? All these things, that's inflammation, okay? And it's a good sign, it's healing, right? But let's say you get that wound and now it's just inflamed. It's inflamed for no reason and it's just not going down. Then it's a point to worry. Fell last week and still my bruise is exactly the same. Something is wrong, right? That's where it actually goes wrong. Now we are going to talk about type of inflammation: acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation is a short-term inflammation, right? As I gave you, you fell somewhere, it was bleeding a little bit, now it's red and now it's healing. Okay, that's acute inflammation. Short-term, good sign that your body is healing. Perfect. Chronic inflammation is long-term inflammation which lasts more than 3 months. Now in that case, the inflammation switch was turned on, but now it is not turning off, and that's a point of concern. What's the bad thing about chronic inflammation? That a lot of time it's silent and it's you are not able to make out what exactly is going wrong in your body. There are very silent signs, but it's really hard to make out what actually is happening. Let's say your body is now stuck in this defense mode and now it's not in a relaxed position, it's sort of fighting itself. Now, what happens when there is chronic inflammation? A lot of time your body is going to start to fight itself. Your body is actually fighting its own organs. Chronic inflammation can lead to heart diseases, diabetes. Obesity is like interconnected. So when you have an unhealthy diet, you're obese, you get inflammation, and then inflammation starts to attack your fat tissues, okay, your adipose tissues, and then it makes the obesity even worse and a little bit harder to reverse. I'm going to explain you that. So now when inflammation is happening at wrong places, right, where it shouldn't be there, when it comes to heart diseases, your veins starts to get inflamed, right, and that leads to blockage in your heart, causing heart diseases, heart stroke, heart attacks. First, we are going to talk about inflammation and immunity. A lot of time people think inflammation and immunity is same, but it's not same. They are like best friends. They go hand in hand, they walk together, and if one person is coming to the party, the other one will join. So they are like besties. So if your body is constantly inflamed, in defense mode, and is never relaxed, it is easier for you to catch diseases, get sick, leading to low immunity. So immunity and inflammation is not the same, but yes, if you are someone who is constantly getting sick, then it's one of the marker that your body is inflamed. Now coming to gut health and inflammation. So if your gut health is not good, that means that you have excessive inflammation, and when you have inflammation, it is very easy to predict that you have gut issues. And a lot of time when you do a gut reset protocol and heal your gut, your inflammation automatically goes down. And of course, if you have a bad gut health, it is going to trigger chronic inflammation. Now we are going to talk about the role of gut and how gut comes in play. So when your gut is weak, the lining of your gut is not at its best, you have to rebuild it. Like most of the people who have inflammation is because of leaky gut. What is leaky gut? Let's talk about leaky gut for a moment. At this point, we know that we have good bacteria and bad bacteria in our gut. When the bad bacteria overnumbers the good bacteria, which means that you have more bad bacteria and low amount of good bacteria, that creates a very messed up situation in your gut, and that means your gut is in trouble now, and that can lead to leaky gut. So now I'm going to talk about some of the leaky gut symptoms. The possible symptoms can be you constantly have anxiety, brain fog, very common, digestive issues, you feel that a lot of time you eat something and your stomach is not feeling well, even after eating those food products that you were able to digest very well, but now you are not able to out of nowhere, and doctors can't make out why you are not able to digest it. A frequent infection, you constantly have frequent infections. Nutrient deficiency, even though you are taking all sort of supplements, still you are nutrient deficient. Any sort of skin disorder, acne, psoriasis, anything which is going wrong in your skin, this is what we call leaky gut. And also inflammation of gut. This means that your gut is very inflamed and it's in this constant defense mode and it's not going back to normal. So constant bloating after eating something, like in the morning you were completely fine, after having your first or second meal you have this bulge, you are now bloated. You have IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. You have SIBO, which is small intestine bacteria overgrowth, which is high amount of bacteria. You feel constant acidity. These are all the signs that your gut is inflamed and you have to take care of your gut. So now when it comes to healing your gut, there is no specific medicine, okay, that can be prescribed. Actually, you should stay away from medicines, because when we take antibiotics, it does more harm to our gut, right? So taking antibiotics, not the best way. Even just popping pro and prebiotics is also not helpful. It should be a complete gut reset protocol, or we will have to rebuild your gut all over again. With a lot of my clients, we start with elimination protocol where we have to remove common irritants. If I talk about some of the common irritants with you, is dairy, gluten, caffeine. These are the things. A lot of time juices can cause excessive acidity, causing stomach to be uncomfortable. A lot of people say that by fasting you can heal your gut, but prolonged fasting, right, may cause more issues with many people, because again then you are going to get stomach pain as well. Probably removing the common irritants, adding your natural probiotics in the diet, and a lot of time adding enzymes, digestive enzymes, which your body can naturally produce, but at the moment your gut is in a mess and the poor gut is not able to do so many things and is not able to digest food very well, leading to leaky gut and bacteria overgrowth. That time it's better that we give digestive enzyme through supplements. That is going to make your body better. Now let's talk about how can we check inflammation. Major thing. So the good thing is you can check your inflammation through your blood work. So hs-CRP is your overall inflammation marker. So the next time you are getting your blood test done, do check your hs-CRP. If it's elevated, then it means that your body is inflamed. And another one is ferritin. If you have high levels of ferritin, that means that your body is inflamed. Before talking about anti-inflammatory food, let's talk about what triggers inflammation. Having poor diet with high amount of sugar, your simple sugar. When I talk about simple sugar, it doesn't mean your chini, right, your table sugar. It means that you're having simple carbohydrates as well. Too much of breads, too much of pastries and cake, too much of processed food coming from outside, your chips, your biscuits, all these things lead to high inflammation. We talked about sugar. Now coming to high amount of fat. When I talk about fats here, which the fats that are causing inflammation is excessively oily food, fried food, right? You're using too much oil while cooking. You are reheating the oil. These are all the signs of bad diet causing inflammation. Now, a lot of you will say that no, we use good oil, but a lot of time when we eat from outside and most of our meals are coming from outside, even every single week we are eating something from outside, if you are someone who is sensitive, can get inflamed, or there is already inflammation in your body and you are feeling like, okay, let's have cheat meal every weekend, then it is going to worsen your inflammation. Sedentary lifestyle, there is no movement in your routine. It's very important that you get in some sort of a movement. You can start by getting your steps in. You can start by doing a quick home workout. You can start by running, jogging, but there should be some sort of a movement in your day. Excessively, like the sedentary lifestyle, the desk job, can also lead to inflammation. One thing that we completely ignore and causes inflammation is stress and lack of sleep. Now these two things are again also best friend. So if you are having lack of sleep, you will be more prone to stress, and if you're taking too much stress, there is going to be lack of sleep. Popping melatonin on a regular basis is not good. So let's say if you are traveling, you are going to different time zones, then maybe taking a melatonin. You are on a flight, you just want to sleep, you want to feel relaxed, then get melatonin. You are taking melatonin on daily basis, that's not good. Melatonin can be produced by your body on its own. You can naturally release melatonin by reducing your screen time as the sunset. Watching the sunset is the natural way of releasing melatonin in your body, the natural melatonin, and maybe using blue light glasses while doing work, switching off your phones and laptops 30 to 40 minutes before your sleep to ensure better sleep. That's very important, because if your sleep quality is not okay, your body is going to be in this constant defense mode and inflamed. So please make sure that you are sleeping on time. And some things that can also cause inflammation that sometimes are not in our control is our atmosphere, high level of pollution, some of the pesticides coming in our food that can lead to our inflammation. But again, we can take care of that if we are not taking any more toxins in other way. Let's say oxidative stress, we are not having oxidative stress on a daily basis. We are taking such a bad air, there's so much, a lot of time there's chemical in our food. How much organic food can we fetch? There is going to be some toxins getting in our body through our food. So it's important that we don't get additional toxins and stop taking the additional toxins that are in our control, which is coming from the food, or the oxidative stress, which is smoking and drinking. So let's not put that in our body, because it's again going to worsen your situation. This is something very common that people miss out, but smoking and drinking is also going to cause inflammation in your body. And of course, I talked about processed food and also misuse of antibiotics. Oh my god, the moment anybody is having cramps, pop up a pill. The moment anybody is feeling a little bit feverish, pop in a pill, right? So overuse and misuse of antibiotics, which is very common in India. We can so easily get our hands on antibiotics and we tend to misuse it, right? A small headache can lead to us popping a antibiotic. Please be very mindful of using antibiotics, because that can again cause a bad gut health leading to inflammation. Now coming to how we can reduce inflammation. Please tell us how we can reduce inflammation. Sonakshi, you have told us what's wrong with the atmosphere, what we are doing wrong, but how can we fix it? By food. Have anti-inflammatory food, add colors in your meals, right? Have your veggies, have your fruits. Some of the beautiful anti-inflammatory foods that is going to reduce inflammation in your body is omega-3. If you are non-vegetarian, you can have fatty fish like salmon. It is going to give you natural omega. If you are not consuming fatty fish, then have omega-3, which has EPA and DHA. Do check the EPA and DHA value. It should be 4:1. Heal your gut, have fiber, have probiotics, have prebiotics. A healthy gut is automatically give you less inflamed body. Move your body daily. Even on my rest days, I walk 15,000 steps. Usually I try to do 12,000 steps, but on my rest days when I'm not working out, I try to do 15 to 20,000 steps. I love to keep it moving, and that's one of the simplest thing you can do. Prioritize sleep. It's very, very important that you prioritize sleep, and then also take care of your stress level. Please don't stress. Meditate, do breathing practices, do affirmation. That is really going to help in lowering your inflammation. Stay hydrated, surround yourself with positivity and good things. Don't let stress enter your body. I know it's very easy to say, but if we are mindful about how much stress we are taking in, it is going to be very helpful for our body. Have your omega-3, have your extra virgin olive oil. Best thing that I tell, take the fat on top of your food. Don't make your food with a lot of oil. Do take your nuts. These are all the healthy fats that are going to lead to anti-inflammation. Let's do a quick recap. Inflammation is your body's defense mechanism, but when the inflammation is not going down, that's what we call chronic inflammation, which lasts more than 3 months, and that's a point of concern. Immunity and inflammation are not the same, but they are best friends. They go hand in hand. So if you are someone who is constantly getting sick, then it means your body is inflamed, which leads to low immunity. Gut health plays a major role in inflammation, because when your gut health is in a bad shape, that means your gut is inflamed, and then nothing goes right. Okay, from there you are going to get nutrient deficiency, and then your whole body is going to suffer. Take care of your gut. That's very important. You can check your inflammation through blood markers, hs-CRP, ferritin. Comment down one gut friendly and anti-inflammatory habit that you will try this week. This was episode 2 of Her Own Rule Book, and I'll see you guys next week as we unlearn another rule together and rewrite it together.